Okay, hello, everybody. You should be able to see us here. Everybody should. Yep. Let me just go ahead and refresh my browser to make sure. Yay! Hi, hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Venture Maidens podcast, episode 60. You
Can
guys,
you believe it?
6 fucking 0. That is so many episodes. I don't know why 50 didn't seem like a big deal to me, but 60 just kind of blew my mind today when I was thinking about that.
60's the new 50.
We are that much closer to 69.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
We are
so
going to
much
have to go
knowledge.
all out for 69. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be a crazy episode, y'all. I don't know. I don't even know. But anyway, hi. Welcome back to the Venture Maidens podcast. My name is Celeste Konowich, and I will be your dungeon master.
And hello, I'm Nassim Etamad. I am playing your human monk, Sayanor. And I just want to talk for a second about my awesome J-pop.
Whoa, what
Which
is
is
what is it?
It's like a Japanese hard soda or hard sparkling water. And it's amazing. And it's 6.5%.
Oh, okay. So you're going to get crazy today. That's what we're hearing.
That sounds pretty excellent, I gotta say.
It's peach flavored, the one I have right now. I
Ooh.
tried it for the first time in Little Tokyo. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10. It's not
Oh,
actually
Little
from
Tokyo.
Japan, but it's Japanese.
Well, that sounds amazing. I've got a bright pink, the rosé cider, so I'm just gonna live on sugar and it'll be great. But anyway, let's bounce it over. Wait, who's next? I forgot. Is it Sage? It's Sage,
Sage.
right?
Oh my god, that's right, because Brittany still isn't here. Oh, I'm still not, I'm never gonna get used to this. Yes, hello, I am Sage, and I play your determined barbarian, Carbonhilda.
Yes.
And I'm Katie, and I play your tiefling sorcerer, Farah Valin.
Woo! Oh my gosh, you guys, are you ready? Things got weird last time.
I was born ready. It did get weird.
Yeah, it got weird. I was listening back to the episode today. I'm like, wow, all right. But speaking of last episode, what happened? Tell all the good folks at home what happened.
Well, we followed Saye to see her friend, and we got
Yes.
there,
Uh-huh.
and there was a big old bruised brain who wanted the Ghoul Lord.
Mhm.
And well, push comes to shove, we fed it.
Eventually.
Yep.
After much discussion and haying and hawing.
And debate, and then Kara's like, well, I'm gonna kill it, and then got in the water, and it was a bad time,
so bad.
to say the least.
It didn't want to die.
Kara was fucking tripping balls, like time and space, everything is distorted. It was like a 1970s like opium trip. It was just like
Yes,
Oh.
otherwise known as Mind Blast, yes.
yeah. It was bad news bears. And then fortunately my brave companions were able to save me. And we're like, you know what? Whatever, fuck it. It can have it. I'm over this room.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we discovered that it was one of the hive minds for mind flayers, and we were like, extra fuck you.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, we're also very paranoid about Mr. Brain. But then we took a rest in an opposite room in a very long hallway full of other doors to regain some of our health and rage spots, I guess, and spell slots.
Yeah.
Once again. And then I don't think we really discovered anything else in that room, but then we moved forward.
Mhm.
And did we test out any other doors before we found our friend?
We like went through all those doors, and they're all just basically like in that hallway, and they're all basically just like cells. Oh, and then we had also discovered that Dr. Scarborough had been torturing the hive mind forever, and then that's why the brain wanted his body, because he's like, now I can finally extract my vengeance. We're like, what are you gonna do? He's like, doesn't matter.
Don't worry about it. Bye.
None of your business.
Yeah, exactly. Nacho
Look at
cheese.
here.
Yeah, and then Yeah,
Found
we
his
didn't really
office.
find.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, we found Dr. Scarborough's office. That was cool.
Yeah, we just found a bunch of files for all of his experiments and everything. And then in the drawer, we basically found ammo filled with spells for his gun thingy, the syringe gun.
Did anyone write them down? I don't remember. Oh, we were supposed to pick.
Yeah, we were going to do healing spirit, 3rd level cure wounds, and then we didn't pick the last one, but I think bless or armor of Agathis.
Oh, Armor of Agathis is badass.
Yeah, I'm thinking that one.
That's a good call.
Okay.
Groovy.
I'm writing that down so it's official.
Set in stone. Huzzah. Yes. And then what happened?
Then then there's these big double doors, but they were like on the other side. It was like blocked, like it had been like barricaded against the door, and we finally shoved through. Right?
You went through one last room.
There were
before
the
you got-
high ghouls. Remember the
all
gap?
Yeah, that's right.
all the
They were
stoned
all-
ghouls.
Yeah, there is a mist that was pumping into the room to keep them all like super chill and subdued, and they're just kind of like, as they walk by, just like lazily, kind of just like, come here, too tired. Yeah, and then that was on the other side when we came to those doors that were being barricaded from the other side, shoved through, and then we finally found our Deva, who was writing in colored chalk on the walls and drawing like weird like kindergarten like pictures, and it was just really disturbing. We had a really disturbing conversation.
And what was the gist of that conversation? Also, not a Deva, I will say. What was the gist?
I thought that's what what's her face said. Basically that they've fallen and they were like an instrument of destruction, and they don't remember what happened and why they fell, but they do remember Amalthea and her trying to save them, but they can't remember their purpose, and so they basically have just lost their mind because they've like lost a part of themselves.
Nassim, you're muted, I think.
He kept saying something about needing to save the children.
Yes. Oh God, yes.
Yeah. And we were like, well, we can help you do that, but not here. But he wasn't having it and thought that we were there instead to stop him. Which, yeah. And he wants to cleanse us, I guess, or something like that.
Yeah. He's like, oh, but you must be here then to destroy me and destroy the children, and I can't let that happen. We're like, no. We would have already tried attacking if that were the case. And he's like, too bad.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes. So that is exactly where we're picking up. You had just come through that final room now into this barricaded, and this looks like somewhere. It's a larger room, so about 50 by 30. We've determined, again, it had those like broken tables and then all of those paintings on the walls of like clouds and rainbows. So maybe this was like the children's ward, you're assuming. And
so disturbing.
Yep. And after this conversation with Audriel, who you know their name to be, Audriel had listened to you for a time before the final thing they did was draw their sword made of pure light and accuse you all of being here. Maybe you are all deceived in the fact that you've come here. Maybe you all have fallen for the mind tricks of this place, and it would probably be safer if they were just going to take care of you right now. And on that note, as Audriel stands before you, this looming angel being made of this sword of pure light, I need you all to roll some initiative for me.
Woo!
Fantastic.
Let's dive in.
It begins.
I'm not using this die. I got
Bad die.
I got a 12.
I also got a 12.
Ooh, I got a 14.
Wow, guys. Okay. Farah, Kara, who has more dex?
Probably Farah.
I got a +3.
Yeah,
16.
you do.
Okay, and let me go ahead and roll for Adriel. Thank you, person who said my hair looks great. I just gotta cut things. Okay. Okay, Adriel gets a natural 20. Cool. I hope this isn't a good indication here. All right. So, as Adriel stands before you, and they basically, they had been turning around and writing on this chalkboard. The chalk now falls completely from their hands as they summon this sword of sunlight in front of you. And again, that sword, while it had been made of light, also crackled with this dark kind of lightning energy that seems to course through it. So, like some kind of corruption towards this natural thing. And just its eyes flare. With the fires of just fury and wrath, and very slowly, Adriel begins to step forward into this room, and it swings its sword around easily in one hand, though the sword is about 9 feet long. Like, there's absolutely no way this thing should be able to wield it one-handed. But as it steps forward and points the sword at all of you, this heat begins to grow around all of you, and the very air vibrates with just this scorching, burning energy as just this strike of flame comes down upon all of you here. And I'm gonna need you all to make this is dexterity checks, please.
Oh shit!
An 18.
Ooh, that's sweet.
Spell save DC 20. This is gonna be rough.
Unnatural 20.
I got 11.
Wait, I have a thing for this. I can roll my favor thing.
Okay.
Hold on.
So, because right now Kara is the only one who saves, so I believe Kara will be taking half damage, yes.
I can add 2d4.
I will use my reaction to use my shield so I take no damage instead.
Fine!
Ha!
This is radiant damage, you said?
Oh, hang on. No, there's all kinds of damage. Okay, so that'll be...
Okay. So I actually got a 24 with that.
Okay, then that will make it so you will only take half. So that is going to be 19 fire damage.
Oh.
And then that's going to be 18 radiant damage. So 18 if you're taking half in total. Okay, and so what this is the flame strike spell, as Adriel just points this sword towards you, and this column of fire that completely fills up the area around all of you, floor to ceiling, just this holy scorching flame descends on all of you. And again, this black energy that it almost makes it like yes, it hurts as the light strikes you and the fire strikes you, but there's also this filmy, slimy quality to the magic that just leaves you feeling totally disturbed as this happens. And Adriel looks upon you all after it does this and cocks its head as it notices that you are all still standing in one piece. It was expecting you to go down. But with that, Saye, we are up to you. So Adriel has moved about 10 feet closer to you, so now is about 40 feet away from you.
Okay. I guess it wouldn't matter, but I guess I'm gonna move closer to it. And no, first I'm gonna throw my necklace. I'm gonna throw a fireball at it, the necklace fireball.
Fighting
thing.
fire with fire. All
I
right.
have 2 left.
Woo!
Ooh, oh no. Okay, so I make a dexterity save.
God, how many friggin' dice do I roll for that again? It's like 8.
8d6.
Ooh.
Okay. Gotta find them. One moment.
I did get a natural
Please roll.
20 on my dexterity save.
Oh, well, shit.
Oh my god. So
I have rolled 2 20s.
Get out of here.
Okay. I'm getting them all out early, don't worry. I'm using my Chris Perkins dice. It's just, whatever. All right.
Well, we're gonna roll these ones for now. Okay. Did it 11, 16, 19, 21, 25 plus 29, 31.
Okay. So he will take, or they will take 15 damage.
Okay.
Good.
Good.
Yeah, and as the flames again fill up this room, and now this room is just so hot between the flame strike and the fireball that just went off. He is like literally climbing up the walls. You can see the flames like roiling up because there's no like air out of this room, right? So it's all just this vault of heat. That's
on that.
Yeah, man. Okay.
Feels good to be a tiefling right now.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like, ooh, it's like a Caribbean
Beach
cruise.
day.
Okay, so yeah, as this happens, Audriel does not seem to react in any way to indicate that they were just struck by a ball of fire. It just licks off of their body. And anything else for your turn, Saye?
Can I take a unarmed strike?
So right now you're about, what, like 40 feet away from them?
I guess not then. Well then, yeah, I don't have a...
Okay, so that was your standard action.
No, I just get an extra attack. I'll then take out a crossbow and load up my crossbow and shoot.
So casting this would have taken your whole action to do the spell.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fireball. Okay. So then you take out your crossbow. All right, and then Farah, we're up to you. So much fire everywhere.
Woo!
It's getting steamy.
She's gonna go and look over at Kara, and she'll like do a little woogity fingers at her and cast haste on her.
Woogity fingers, yes.
Woogity fingers.
So I get an extra
so much
attack each turn.
You get a +2 bonus to AC, advantage on dexterity saving throws, and you gain an additional action at each of your turns.
Oh, honey.
Yeah. So I believe the action can be used to make an attack, or yeah, there's a list of specific things it can do. So pull up haste, but yeah,
attack, dash, disengage, hide, use an object.
Great. Yeah. The only thing I'm gonna do is attack. Fantastic.
Fine. Anything else, Farah?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm gonna back up a little bit. This is out of line of fire.
You could definitely. So you all were standing pretty close to those doors, so you can back out of the room, like back into the kind of the hallway area you came from.
I'll go to the side. I don't want to go out of the room.
Yeah, go to a corner. All right, and then Kara, what's up?
Having just had a massive amount of fire thrown my way, she is
a lot of fire.
Very angry. Her hair is singed. She has no eyebrows. It's been a bad fucking day already. And she gets all steamed up, and her face turns bright pink, partially because of all the fire and hot and heat in the room. And she's gonna use her bonus action to rage and run 35 feet over towards them and strike upon thine foe.
You can try thine holy foe.
Oh, yes, fantastic. All right, let's see here. I would like to do a goading attack.
Okay.
All right. Let's see here. Where are you, D20? Oh, you're in my dice tray. Look at that. Oh, yes, that is a 27 to hit.
I wish I could say no, but that's all kinds of yes.
And they have to make a wisdom saving throw, which they're probably really good at.
Oh, a +6. I don't know.
That would be a 16.
Okay, but they rolled a 2. So, no.
So they have disadvantage on all attack rolls made on people other than me until the end of my next turn. All right, and then let's see. All right, where are you, D8? D8, D6, and then now a D8 for my superiority die. And that's going to be... do you want me to break the damage down by type, or does it matter? It's going to be magic, magic, slashing, fire, or magic, slashing, and cold.
Yeah, that's all good.
Okay. Then it's gonna be.
Whose birds are going crazy?
Oh, I think that's out my window. My cat's also going.
It's like goddamn Snow White in here.
Yeah, it's just very ambient.
10, 14 plus 4 is 18 plus 2 is 20 damage.
Ugh. All right. Where are you hitting this, Angel?
So I think Kara, she would, just like, because it has its sword lifted and was pointed at us, would immediately go for the joint that's like a joint of the shoulder that's holding up the sword.
Mm-hmm.
And then she slices through, and then she brings her hand down, is gonna try and come up for the back swing.
Yeah. And as you get close to this being in front of you, the amount of heat, just energy coming off of this thing, and it's not like it's typical heat, it just feels like kinetic energy. Like this, it just has this aura around it of just power and magnitude that it makes you a little bit weak, like as you get close to stand so close in its presence. But yeah, it seems to, it takes the blows, it considers you as this happens, as your blade, just bounces sort of off of its green skin, and it looks down upon you, since it does stand about
I know, it's like what, like 6
and a half
6
feet
or
tall.
something.
Yeah, because it seemed to grow taller as it
That's
began
right.
to enter combat. So yeah, like 7.5. So Kara's probably up to waist level.
Yeah, exactly. So at her next strike, like she tries to take a strike towards like the hip, and she gets a 21.
Yes.
Yes. All right. That's going to be 17 damage.
Okay.
And then for my second action,
Yes.
I'm going to attack again.
Ooh.
Yes, I'm loving these rolls. This die from Die Hard Dice is my new lucky die. It's so good. That's another 27 to hit. 15 damage.
Okay.
Second attack is an unnatural 20.
Okay. So on that one, for the haste action, you only get one attack.
Oh, okay, cool, got it.
Yeah.
All right, so then, all right. Only 3 attacks per turn. Okay.
Only 3. Sorry.
Got it. All right. That is my turn.
That's it? Okay. That's all? All right. Okay, then I will go to Audriel. All right. Oh, baby, what are we going to do? We got so many options. Yeah, okay. All right, so Audriel is going to heft this sword over their head and spin it around in the most graceful movement you've ever seen, Kara, as Audriel will bring down this holy blade upon you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and assume a 26 is going to hit you.
It does indeed.
Okay, so let's see. Planetized weapon attacks are magical. It deals an extra 5d8 radiant damage. Sick. On top of its 4d6. Okay, so that is going to be 21 slashing damage. And then it's radiant damage. Oh boy. So that's going to be an additional 22 radiant damage.
Ouch.
Okay, and so as it does this, it brings down the sword and it slices through. So it doesn't have mass, like as a traditional sword. So this swings down and goes through you. And rather than feel like the cut of a blade, it feels like the very like molecules in your body are being like singed and sunburnt, like as the sword moves through.
I imagine it's like a searing pain.
Yeah, it's absolutely searing, like as you feel it slash across your abdomen here. And then Audriel is going to go in for its second swing. 29. Oh. Okay.
That'll do.
12, 17, 18 plus 7, 25 slashing damage. Ooh. 12, 19, 22 radiant damage.
Woof.
Yeah.
Okay, and then that is both of its turns. So as it does this, and so it brings the sword down in a neat X pattern as it cuts through you and flicks this blade off to the side. And as it does so, you see that the light of this begins to grow dimmer. So like the sunshine white of the blade starts to descend into this like kind of orange setting sun glow, and Audriel looks at the blade and looks back at you, and seems again it just cracks its head on both sides, and is preparing to finish you off. All right, and then Saye, up to you. Muted.
Yeah, okay. My crossbow is loaded, so I'm gonna fire.
Do it.
And which die? I'm gonna use this one. Ooh, 27 to hit.
Yes. Absolutely.
And this is 8, okay. With 12. Yes, 12 damage.
Okay. And your crossbow is not magical, correct?
Correct.
All right. So as you see this crossbow bolt sink into this thing, it actually doesn't sink. It just kind of sort of dents its skin and then bounces off of it.
Okay.
This green, strange skin that this thing has doesn't seem to be very affected by non-magical weapons at all.
All right, then I put away my crossbow and I take out my quarterstaff because that will count. I believe that will count as magical because it's a monk weapon.
Yes, I believe so. All right.
Yeah.
So you do that. Your crossbow.
And I'm gonna hit him again.
All right. So you're gonna
or
run
move
up
closer to him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. And again, as you get within range of this thing, you also feel that same sensation that Kara felt. That strange warmth. Like you're standing next to a holy creature. Like something within you too sings. Like as you get close to this thing. But go ahead and try and hit this thing.
Okay. Ooh, I got a burp.
Good.
I'll poop. 14 to hit.
Nope. Again, just bounces off of this crystalline green skin.
All right. Well, then, one final action. There's a bonus action. I can hit him again.
All right. Go for it.
Boom. Okay, so that was 26 to hit again.
Yes.
And then it's another D. Oh, no, it's a D6. Oh, no. We'll say we're doing it two-handed. It's a D8.
Okay. I believe you.
6 damage.
Okay. All right. So you smack him. Okay. Again, doesn't seem too perturbed.
Bad angel. Bad
No!
boy.
Stop it.
Stop it.
All right. And then we are at you, Farah.
Okay, so I'm gonna use a sorcery point to do distance spell, and I'm gonna heal Kara with a 4th level cure wounds.
Woo, thank you.
Healers! Yeah.
Healer's gotta heal.
19 plus 5, 24 points.
Okay.
Sweet.
Wow.
You're next, I'm coming. But I'm not coming in too close because that's some scary shit.
Yes. Anything else for your turn, Farah?
No, I'm pretty comfortable staying the fuck away from this thing. So I'm gonna stay here.
Seems
Fair.
legit.
But the opposite of that, hey, Kara, what's up?
Oh boy, I'm up in the business.
Yes.
All right. So first things first, we're going to use our bonus action to try and use the shield to shove this thing down into the ground.
You can definitely try. This is strength.
Yes.
Okay.
Strength.
Let's do it.
23.
28.
Damn it! All right. I respect that. I see you.
You try and you like run up against this thing's legs, right? Because you only come up.
Exactly.
And you're
She's
like, "Grr!"
bounces off his kneecaps.
Yeah, and Audriel looks down at you. She's confused.
And she just like gets even more red and mad and
Yeah.
just brings up her sword to strike. All right. So, ooh, that's cocked. There we go. All right. First attack is a 25.
Yes.
All right. Second attack is a 27.
Yes.
Third attack is an unnatural 20.
Yes.
All right. Let's roll all these dice. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, jeez. All right. So it's going to be 14, 16, 20, 32, plus 18. God, what did I just say? 20, 38.
38 damage?
Yep, altogether for 3 attacks. So she bounces off their knees and then goes immediately like from the back of the calves, swipes through its leg and then like up to the groin and then tries to just get a nice shiv into the stomach. And she's just like, God damn it, I hate being so short sometimes.
Yeah, as you're unleashing on Audriel, you begin to see that the skin itself starts to crack. That's the best way I can describe it. It's not like wounds are rending in the skin. There's no blood or anything. So you're just opening up this green skin. So they're becoming like open and flayed, like as this is happening. Yeah, and Audriel seems to now look at you with a new appreciation of what's happening. They've seemed pretty checked out until this moment here. You are starting to do some damage.
All right, yeah, and that is my turn.
Oh, boy. Okay. All right. And with that, Audriel, as they are taking in their current state, they begin to whisper something. And Kara and Saya, you are close enough to realize they're doing something. Neither of you speak Celestial, correct?
I do not.
Okay. So Audriel is whispering and whispering, and then you all begin to hear noises from around the room. The sounds of quiet voices in many different languages, and then you begin to hear like giggling sounds, and the air itself starts to move and shimmer as you see forms, like ghostly spectral forms, move around the room. And you see that they're the forms of children, laughing, playing, moving about this room. And then you begin to hear screaming coming from somewhere far away as these images are just running and confused and in chaos. And it's just, in Farah, you feel them trying to run past you to like get out of this room. And you're not sure what's happening, but it's like a memory has been conjured in this place. I'm going to need all of you to make sanity checks for me.
Do we add anything to that?
That's whatever the score you decide. So you decided wisdom?
Right.
So your modifier.
I got a natural 1.
Sweet.
I got a 14.
17.
Ooh, Kara got a 14.
There goes Kara's last point of sanity.
Okay. All right. Fair, let's start with you. What is this? What is it that drives Farah a little bit worse for wear in the sanity department?
Yeah, I think that so far she's been doing pretty well with, all the creepiness going on around her and just getting past it. But I think that something about it being children this time and seeing the complete chaos of this sort of memory around her of, youngsters screaming, and knowing that she can't do anything about it at this point, I think that it puts a crack in her sunny disposition, for sure.
Yeah. And you just can't get it out of your head. Like, even if you find yourself clapping your hands over your ears, but the screaming, it doesn't stop, and you don't know what's happening to these kids, but it's horrible. It's so horrible. And you know it. And Kara, what is it? What is the final straw here?
When she hears the screams of the children and sees them like trying to claw to get out, I think it calls back to mind when she first had an encounter with the drow as a pretty young adolescent, when they were like overrun by all these spiders and driders and these drow. And she just recalls that time of when like her and her like troop were just overwhelmed and helpless, and remembering them like trying to claw to get out of this pit, and they're covered in spiders, and it breaks her. It just brings her back to this like dark place, and her mind just cracks.
And Kara, your vision goes black for a moment as these spiders just crawl on top of you and you can't get out. And you're certain that you're not sure if this is a memory or if this is happening right now, but you're certain that you're going to die. Like, this is the end for you, until you feel someone grab the back of your shirt and you're hoisted up in the air out of this pit, out of this blackness. And you see all around you a burning village, just completely overrun at this point. And again, you're trying to focus on what's happening. You're not sure if it's the drow. You're not sure if it's your village or if you're outside, but there's smoke and there's screaming and there's crying. And you see that standing next to you is Audriel, standing there in the middle, and they've just pulled you out of this pit. And as they're looking around the surroundings, you see this sword of light come out one more time, and they issue for you to follow them as they charge off into a burning building towards the sound of some screaming.
Kara definitely kind of shakes her head, comes to, takes a quick cursory glance around, and she definitely runs after them with sword and shield in hand.
Yeah, and as you do so, you find your weapons here, but you look down and you're in a much younger body of yourself. And again, it's just so hard to focus every time you try to. It's like when you're in a dream and those details just slide right past you, right? You can't grasp any of these pieces, but you know you're there and you're running, and Audriel is headed somewhere because you've got to do something. You've got to confront something. And you begin to hear a very, very low rumbling voice that carries out from somewhere in the center of this chaos. One was the fear that you couldn't shake. And it rumbles, and the ground rumbles, like, as this happens. And Audriel looks back at you, panicked, and then pushes you on, trying to get you to come forward. And then, so the rest of you, what's happening here, Saye and Farah, you see Kara just drop. Just suddenly go completely from, like, mid-axe swing engaged with this creature to just a catatonic on the floor. And we are here in combat as Kara lays on the ground, and you begin to see some foam trickling out of the side of Kara's mouth, and this small seizure wreck her body. Okay.
Fuck.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay, and Audriel is going to extend their hand up towards all of you, and you begin to hear a buzzing sound coming from around you. And you're not sure how, since there aren't any windows or anything in here, but these swarms of insects start to appear, just clouding the room all around you as this is happening, just like these hordes of wasps and flies, and just begin to swarm the space. So I need both of you to go ahead and make Constitution saving throws for me.
Is
23.
a 19.
Okay, so the 19 is going to fail. So, alright, so we're going to start as these insects start to crawl and bite at your eyes and climb into your mouth and get everywhere you don't want them to be.
Not this again.
24 plus 7 is math. 31. Okay, so that's going to be 31 piercing damage on the fail, so 15 Saye on the half. And as long as you start your turn in this swarm, which has been plopped conveniently in the middle of the room, so it's hitting both of you, you are going to have to repeat this save as more and more of these insects are just swarming and biting at you.
Jesus.
Cool. All right, and then Saye, so you are starting your turn. Oh no, as long as you end your turn here. So you're starting your turn and you're fine, but if you end it in the locust swarm, you will have to take this damage again.
The locust swarm is just like around the angel.
Yeah, so they dropped it like in the center of the room. So right now it's like in the center hitting everybody. So you would have to move away from the angel to get out of the swarm.
I see. Well, Saya's real pissed. She now has no more sympathy for this angel because Kara has fallen. So I'm gonna swap my quarterstaff for my short sword and instead attempt a stunning strike on the angel.
All right, go ahead.
22 to hit.
Okay, yes, that will do it.
Okay. And then it needs to make a dexterity
Okay.
saving throw?
Yes.
Constitution?
Wait. Yeah, no, you're right. Constitution saving throw.
Okay, it did very poorly. It got a 12.
Perfect. Okay, so it's stunned until the end of my next turn.
But...
And then it's, what is it for damage? Carlos did a short sword.
1d6.
D6, okay. 9 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna attack again
Okay.
for my extra attack. That's not gonna hit because I rolled a 12. And then my bonus action to attack again. I'm gonna do that, and that's again a 22 to hit.
Yes.
And that's another 7 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my gift of the present and go another round.
Yes! Rage!
Because the angels, because the angel's stunned, you should have advantage.
Is it advantage? What's done? Let me double
I
check.
mean, I'm pulling up the DMG right now.
I mean, makes sense to me.
I'm gonna say yes.
I'm thinking so.
Oh wait, it's in the PHP.
Stunned. Yes, you have advantage. So go
Hell
ahead
yeah.
and do it again and get advantage.
Hell yeah!
You are no angel. You are a demon, and your god has cast you out because you have lost your mind. You are causing more harm than good. So be put to rest. And she takes another swing.
Fierce.
So advantage, I just
yeah.
roll twice, yes?
Yes, and take the higher.
Okay, so that one, and that's going to be...
Motocicleta.
23 to hit.
Yes, that will hit.
With 7 more damage.
Oh.
Extra attack.
Rude.
Not gonna hit that, or is it advantage with every attempt?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so 21 to hit then on that one.
Yep.
Cool.
Ooh.
Another 7 damage. And then final attack. Okay, that doesn't do it, and that won't do it either. So I missed that last one.
Okay. You are taking serious chunks out of this angel though, and as you're screaming at Audriel, it's trying to move away from your blows, but they're coming so fast from so many different angles that they can't seem to avoid them, and you're seeing their skin again fracture and break apart, and pieces are beginning to fall off as you're landing strike after strike after strike.
Yeah.
All right, and then Farah. So you see, these locusts swarming. Oh, sorry, you're ending your turn in the swarm, so go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Oh, that was weird. It literally landed between 2 numbers. Let's do that again.
Fate!
Oh, okay. 23.
Okay, so you will only take half damage from this. Or you don't, because you have evasion?
I do.
26. Because otherwise it's going to be 35 damage.
Yeah, I don't take any then. Yeah, I shouldn't have taken any the last time either then.
Fine! Then
I'm just gonna add 15.
Then remember, okay. So you take no damn. You just pick those locusts right out of the air, and you're like, nope. All right.
Or flies are nothing.
Yeah, get out of here. All right. So Farah, we're jumping to you, and you see Kara is seizing on the ground.
Okay. I think that for a moment, seeing Kara fall, who's been dealing chunks, and then having that moment of losing part of her sanity, and then the bugs return and are all over her again.
Fuck,
she's like, she really like every like instinct in her body is like go, but she's just gonna harden up and just spit out a bug, and she's gonna
hell yeah.
And she's just gonna go ahead and cast Mass Cure Wounds on the whole group before running the fuck out of the bugs, because that sucks. Oh, 2 8s. Okay, so that's 16 plus 3 is 19 plus 5, 24.
Whew. All right, 24 back, everybody.
Even me?
Yeah, Mass Cure Wounds, BB.
24?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna move out of the box.
Yeah. So yeah, you like run to the other corner, you cover your mouth, and just get like out of this range, this situation happening here, as you drop this Cure Wounds. All right, Kara. So, as you continue to follow Adriel through this place, you eventually see that they kick down this flaming door of this building's on fire, and you hear just this screaming sound of a child coming from the other side here. So Adriel throws open this door, and you run in directly after them, and you see that there's a small tiefling girl. She is sitting in one corner of the room. Her face is smudged with dirt. She's got a burn on one side of her face. She looks like she has an injury, and she's just screaming in panic at the top of her lungs. And Adriel raises their sword above their head and takes that two-handed, like, about to make that, like, coup de grace.
No!
Yeah, what are you...
God. Oh man, when she has this moment of realization that Adriel is going to destroy this child, her eyes just go really wide, and with her shield and her strapped to her left hand, she's just gonna go and she's just gonna body him and try and smash them down onto the ground to stop them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
yeah,
and you do so. Adriel was not expecting you to do this as you crash into this angelic form, and they topple over to the side, and they kind of lay there on the floor, stunned, looking up at you. This was what we came here to do. This is the enemy.
What are you talking about? It's a little kid.
That is a demon child.
What, because it's a tiefling?
Yes.
Hey, they didn't choose to be born that way. Everyone has a choice in this life. No matter what your heritage is, no matter where you come from, who your parents were, no matter what the fuck, you always have a choice. And this child, they have a choice. And it is no right of you to take that away. And Kara stands like very protectively, like mama bear in front of the kid, and like takes her like shield arm and like scoots her closer to her legs.
Mm-hmm.
Protect her.
Yeah, and as you do so, yeah, this girl is just sobbing, like just overwhelmed with everything that's happening and the screams and the cries going on, and just clutches like at your calf. And the ground begins to rattle again, and this voice, this omnipresent voice, just calls out, "Two were the vows you'll have to break." And everything is just shuddering, like as the building itself quakes. And Adriel stares at you just in utter confusion. And again, no, this is what we were commanded to do.
Kara takes her sword and points it right at the angel's throat. I'm not gonna let you do this. This is how we save the children.
And as this happens, we phase out Saye, what's your move? Muted.
Okay. Man, oh no, I was just so wrapped up. Political justice being served. Okay, I will keep swinging then.
Yep.
Hack and slash. That's, a natural 20.
Hell yeah.
With 8 damage.
Okay.
An extra attack for 19 to hit.
No, that will not hit.
Ding. Oh, but I have advantage, right?
Yes.
That's okay. That won't hit either. All right, and then final bonus action. If I attempt to stun him again while he's already stunned, does that make it last another round, or it doesn't matter while he's already stunned?
So technically, Audriel's turn passed while it was stunned, so you can go ahead and try to stun it again, so it won't take an action on its turn.
Okay, final move then. I will spend another key point to try and stun him on this final blow.
Fine.
Okay, that one doesn't do it. Ooh, and another natural 20 to hit.
Okay, wow. Y'all are killing it.
Another 9 damage.
Ugh, okay. What does this look like, Saye? What are you trying to... What's the press? What's the move that Saye is going for?
I imagine, I don't know how accurate it is, but I imagine that he is focusing on a lot of things right now.
Yeah.
In like focusing on the locusts, trying to keep them swarming, and also fucking with Kara in their head. So she's using this to her advantage to like go all over the fucking place and sneak around underneath him, between his wings, at his arms, kind of like trying to hack at its limbs, really like chopping off parts of its body. And going for all the joints.
Yeah. And you're doing so, and this being, again, just like you said, is so far away as this is all happening. There's not only the madness that it was contending with, and it's trying to deal with the situation, and now there's definitely something going on with Kara, and it's just falling. Like, now it's getting weak. It's stepping into your strikes, and this is just getting too easy as you are obliterating this thing. But it still remains in front of you with the locusts swarming around you. So go ahead and make that Constitution check.
For sure. Okay, well, that was a fail, so I'll take half damage.
Okay. No, you'll take full damage.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought even with evasion.
No, evasion, so if you take half damage, you would take no damage. But if you take full damage, you just take full damage. Okay, so...
Give it to me.
9 plus 3, 12. Plus 6, 18. Plus 10, so 28 piercing damage is coming your way. As these bugs are chomping on your tasty bits. Ew! Oh, it's very Old Testament up in here. Okay. Angel fight. All right, so you are going at this thing, and then Farah, we come to you.
Seeing that he's looking like he's actually taking damage now, I think she's going to take her turn to try to add to that. So she's going to cast Shatter at 4th level on him.
Woo!
Fuck yes!
Whoa!
So that's a con save DC 17.
Oh, no, baby. It's doing terrible. 13. Yep, nope.
Okay.
My angel's so distracted.
Okay, so that's going to be 6, 8, 11, 13, and 18. I think that's, so 18 damage.
Okay.
Not that great.
Ugh. What kind of damage is that?
Shatter.
It's magic. It's probably fine. Okay. All right. And as this happens, I think what you're aiming for, or what is clear to you, you see this sword made of light, which again has been fading now. So it's almost this grayish red, like the color of dying embers. And as you send out this shatter spell, you see the blade itself just disintegrates. And just these wisps of light come off of it. And sorry, you're kind of shocked by like the shattering sound, but there's no actual metal shards. It's just the light dissipates. And Audriel looks at its empty hand now and looks like at the locust flying around and just between the two of you, and it's shaking its head and is whispering again in that language that you don't understand, as it seems to be getting scared now and starts to kind of back itself up like into a corner. Anything else for your turn, Farah?
No, but is he close enough that I can hear the whispering, or I'm too far up?
I think you're back too far up and over the sound of the bugs like in the room.
Yeah, no, I'm like my eyes switching right now.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no chance there.
Sure, I feel that. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be my turn.
Mm-hmm. All right, and Kara. So as you say this and you hold your blade to Audriel's throat, their face begins to change. It begins to like singe at the very edges, so it looks like its green skin is starting to burn away as you see the flames around you, the flames of your village, the flames of a village, wherever this tiefling girl is and wherever you are and wherever you've been. This is all coalescing and forming into this giant memory of your experiences and Audriel's, and you're not really sure what's going on here, but suddenly Audriel, as you've seen them, is no longer standing there in front of you. You see this older human woman, graying hair, kind of plump in the face. She looks like that type you'd look at her and go, yeah, you're a mom. And she's standing there in front of you with this dirty apron on, and she looks down like at her hands that are like broken and worn from hard labor, like a lifetime of hard labor. And she looks around and she looks at the child that's sobbing and clutching at her calf, and she says, "Oh, I think I understand. I was so angry. But it's not too late for you. I had a family once, and I couldn't save them. But you can save yours. They sit on the edge of forever, waiting for you to free them." And you see tears fall down like her dirty, stained face. And she begins to burn. Just her skin, her sinews, everything just starting to burn away there. And this child clutched about your calf begins to fade away. And everything starts spinning, like in the charcoal and the black smoke and the flames of this place. And Saye, we're jumping to you. This angel is now without a blade. And you, somewhere in your periphery, you've realized that Kara has stopped finally seizing on the ground. Kara is laying quiet, and this angel is backed into a corner. Locusts still buzz around you. There's still some life to this thing.
Yeah. She briefly considers whether or not to engage in dialogue with it one last time. But only briefly. And she's going to strike again.
Yes.
Oh, I love
Natural
it.
20.
Get it!
Whoa!
Thank you, Die Hard Dice.
Oh my god, yes, do it!
6 damage.
Okay, yes.
Extra attack.
Yes.
It's not stunned anymore, right?
It is.
Okay, then I'm going to take advantage on this. And okay, that one doesn't hit. Final swing. That one doesn't hit. That one will hit because it's a 27. And 6 damage.
Tell me how you want to end this angel baby's life.
Yes!
So it's very quick. As I said, she pauses for a moment to see that he is suffering. It is suffering. It is considering what's going on. But then she once again takes that to her advantage and runs, thrusting her sword first up across its entire chest back down, and then like through the base of its head, through the jugular, up to the skull.
Yeah. And as you make that final strike and you feel that deafening, like that crunch, like as you see its head is jolted up and it falls forward onto your blade more, so you're bearing the weight of this full thing. The swarming sounds dissipate, and you hear that pounding in your ears, like a final combat before, like utter silence fills this room, and you see those two eyes that looked like burning suns are still focused on you, even with your sword driven through it. And you kind of, you let it down as it slumps and comes to both of its knees there, and the skin begins to fade away. It grows smaller, and you smell, ozone and charring as just smaller and smaller this thing becomes, and the green begins to fade, and you see just this woman in front of you, this maybe 40-something woman just crumples on the ground, and the eyes go out, and there's a small smile, and then she just burns away, and you see there are these trails of ash in her place. And Kara, at this point, you begin to stir, and you regain consciousness.
She slowly just grunts and sits up. Is just like half leaning on the ground on her elbows and rubs her head, and she's, ugh. The weirdest thing just happened. Wait, and then she immediately bolts up and is like, wait, what's, and she's like looking around ready, like, ah.
Oh, Saya runs to you and like drops her sword and like grabs you in a hug and is like, "Oh my God, you're awake! Thank God. Are you okay?"
Kara, as you throw yourself in her, she kind of stumbles back a little bit, and then she drops her weapons, her sword and her shield, and she hugs you. She says, "Yeah, I'm okay."
Good. It's gone. I did it. I actually did it.
Oh, sweet! That's awesome!
Yay.
Way to go! And she gives you a hard clap on your shoulder.
And
Thanks.
as this is happening, and you all are, reuniting in the center of the room, and everything's great and everything's okay, Farah.
Until
Farah, your hand starts to burn. Like, at first, it's just the very tips of your fingers, and then it's like the center, it begins to shoot like this radiating pain into your left palm. And as you kind of raise your hand, like the skin begins to shimmer and like burst with this white hot light all of a sudden, as you see this symbol begins to etch itself into the center of your palm. And then you're gone. You're not where you were standing before. You're suddenly standing on this grassy field. This just large expanse, blue skies overhead. And just this field seems to stretch out for just miles and miles. And you see that there are these tiny white and yellow flowers that are dotting the space all around. It's absolutely beautiful with this cool breeze moving past your face. And in the center of the field, you see that there are figures standing there. There are 3 women. And as you look at them, they seem old. But you look again and they're not. They're young women, or middle-aged. You're having a hard time telling. Farah's never actually seen the sisters before. After a lifetime of devotion, has never actually seen them. And they stand in this field, and it's very odd because they're swathed in these black clothes and scarves. They look like they're freezing cold standing on the middle of this field, right? And they're all kind of hunched over there, standing together. And then immediately across from them, maybe 15 feet away or so, is probably the tallest, you want to say a man, but that's not quite right, when you look at him. It's like a man who's just been stretched out to this great height, maybe 15, 20 feet tall or so, and has these long, pale, pointed ears and just this definite fae-like appearance. And it's hard to look directly at him. It's so much light and warmth and radiance coming off of this figure. And he looks at the three sisters who are hunched over there, and you're standing so far away, and you're not sure how you can hear this conversation. But the sisters look up at this figure without any trace of fear, and they say, "You abandoned one of your own. It is a shameful thing to do to one's child." And this figure on the other side looks at them, and you can tell this is a look that would scorch most beings. But the sisters just look defiantly up and wrap their shawls a little bit closer.
I love angry old women.
Yeah. Around themselves. And the figure nods once without ever saying a word. And you feel a burning set of eyes turn towards you as this figure notices you. And then it's gone. And you're back, standing in this room as this moment just flashes back. And you weren't actually gone. It was just this fade of memory. But you see that there's a Sisters of Sorrow emblem now upon your palm.
Yay!
Oh, that's so exciting.
And I think that's a good spot to end for today on that note. But yes.
Welcome to the team!
Thank you! Like a dream.
So some things happen. So everybody is going to level to level 10. We're going to be level 10 now.
Fuck y'all, unstoppable.
Yes.
Oh my god!
And Farah, you gain a gift. I will tell you.
Wow. I didn't even think about that part.
You gain the gift of the Weaver. So, what happens is that once per long rest, you can use your reaction to give any of your teammates a point of inspiration. And that is as a reaction, so they can use it immediately.
Okay.
So, you can't use it for yourself, but you can bend the threads of fate to give your teammates an advantage.
A bit of luck!
Welcome. All right. Well, damn, guys, that was awesome, and I had a great time, and I hope you all had a great time, and next time you see us live, it's going to be at D&D Live in LA.
Oh my god, that's so true. I didn't even think about that.
Yep. So that's going to be happening, so we won't have our usual stream on that Wednesday since we're all going to be flying down to LA and being out there, but it's going to be live on the Saturday. I think our time slot is like 1 p.m. Pacific on Saturday the 18th. Sorry, I was looking at my calendar. On the 18th, but of course we are going to be posting it everywhere. So please, follow us on social media so you can get all the latest updates. We would love to have you guys watching us live as we stream, during this official Wizards event. Everybody you see here is going to be there, and we're just so freaking excited. Oh my gosh. Wow. Hype train. Yes, this was great. I love you all. Thank you. I have been Celeste, your dungeon master.
I have been your successful human monk, Sayanur, played by Nazim.
You kick so much ass,
So
girl.
much ass. 3 natural 20s ass.
Oh my god. So
That
good.
was unreal. Feelings I'm not used to.
And I have been your brave barbarian, Carbonhilda.
And I have been your new team buffer.
Yes,
Sarah
yes.
Belen.
Yes, so thank you everyone for tuning in, and until next time, venture away! Venture away, everybody.